The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, one of the most recognizable physiques on the planet, and without a doubt, one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Now, if you Google just 3 words, The Rock diet, you'll see pretty much the same thing everywhere. 7 meals a day, 6 to 8,000 calories, steak, eggs, and those famous mountain-sized stacks of pancakes. Sounds like the perfect recipe for becoming Black Adam, right? But here's the real question. Does Dwayne Johnson really eat close to 8,000 calories almost every single day? Or did the internet turn a few posts and cheat meals into one giant myth? Let's break it down with What If Explained TV. The first thing to understand is this: that famous 8,000 calorie number didn't come from a scientific study. It wasn't verified in a controlled experiment. Most of it came from interviews, behind-the-scenes videos, YouTube content, and of course those massive cheat meals The Rock loves posting on social media. Over time, 3 ideas started blending together. The Rock, discipline, 8,000 calories, and the more people repeated it, the more it started sounding like a fact. But once you look at it through the lens of science, things get a little more complicated. The human body still plays by the same basic rule as everyone else's. Calories in have to match calories out. A big guy who trains hard every day might need somewhere around 3,000 to 3,500 calories just to maintain his weight. 8,000? That's enough food for more than 2 average adults. For most people, just eating that much would be exhausting. But doing it almost every day while staying incredibly lean, that's a whole different challenge. Because it's not just about lifting weights. Your body would basically be working around the clock, eating, digesting, recovering, then doing it all over again, every single day. That is why some fitness coaches are skeptical of the idea that this is what The Rock eats all year round. Greg Doucette, for example, has made his position pretty clear. He respects The Rock's incredible discipline, but he does not believe that eating 8,000 calories is a realistic everyday routine. To him, it feels less like a diet someone could follow all year round, and more like a media-friendly story built around The Rock's larger-than-life image. And one thing is certain: this is not a diet the average person should try to copy. But there's another question that's been debated for years. Even if we forget about the whole 8,000 calorie story, how does someone in his 50s still carry or even build that much muscle? Biologically, men's testosterone levels naturally decline as they get older, and that makes building, and especially keeping, a massive amount of muscle a lot harder. That's why Joe Rogan, along with several well-known people in the fitness world, has publicly wondered whether The Rock uses hormone therapy like TRT or other performance-enhancing drugs. So far, The Rock has never confirmed any of it, because the moment someone admits chemical assistance played a role, people stop seeing the physique as pure discipline. Instead, they start giving the credit to the drugs. And that's exactly why the stories about eating 8,000 calories and waking up at 4 in the morning matter so much. They support the image The Rock has built for years, that this body came from relentless work, not chemical shortcuts. But there's one thing critics sometimes forget. The Rock was never an average guy. He came from a legendary wrestling family. Many people believe he hit the genetic jackpot. He played college football, spent years in WWE, and he's been training consistently for decades. On top of that, he has something most people never will: a complete system that covers everything from nutrition and training to recovery, all built around a schedule that's optimized almost down to the minute. That's the kind of thing most of us just don't have. But the internet likes a much simpler story. A guy who wakes up at 4 in the morning, eats more than everybody else, works harder than everybody else, and becomes one of the strongest looking men on earth. That's a much easier story to tell than the messy reality of everything that actually goes into building a body like that. So, what do you think? Do you believe The Rock really eats 8,000 calories almost every day, or do you think it's become one of those internet legends that just keeps getting bigger every time it's retold? Let us know in the comments, and if there's another what-if question you'd like us to explore, leave that below too. It might just become our next video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to What If Explained TV, where we put impossible questions under the microscope of science and reality. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.